loud, and I think there's an option to go live on YouTube. All right, let's see how this goes. Choose an account. It's my account. Hit allow. Okay, grant Zoom permission. All right, everybody. So I think you can all see me, correct?
Yes, we can.
Right. Just get my rest of my stuff up here. We'll be going live in just a moment. Computer's slow today. I wonder if it's because of the wind. Maybe that's the trouble Marie's having too. Spinning here. Hang on.
Modern technology at its finest.
I know, I think there's a bazillion people on it. I'm surprised it hasn't crashed. Oh, come on, it's still spinning. Unable to try Google again. Oh, please. Wait. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. We'll just go with recording. Oh, we got someone coming in. Okay, here we go. Here's Kathleen. Hopefully she can see us. All right, so we are recording live. This is Shirley's shopping show. I came up with that in my head. You know what? There's not much you can do with SH. There's a lot of things you can do with S's. But when you get the SH in there, that just complicates it. So that's what came.
Cheryl DeFoss or one other.
Hey, I'm going on the Zoom call right now. I'm going to have to call you back. I already sent it. I'm good. I'll talk to you. I'm already on. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. I had to schedule, I scheduled the people for church too. And our church is on Zoom.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
And our speaker said he didn't get the thing. I guess he emailed the lady who sends out the emails. He said he didn't get the link. I'm like, yeah, he did. I finally sent it to him again. It's sometimes people, I don't know, they don't either delete them or they don't get them, or I don't even know. So sometimes it's a whole technology thing again, Anyways, so Marie will join us as soon as she can get her internet back up and running. So this is called Shirley's Shopping Show. And what I'm going to do is feature 4 vendors each week for the next 4 weeks. I may do more depending on demand and interest on both sides, obviously. Here comes Marie. So I'm really looking forward to this because I think it's a really cool way to keep our audience interested in what, holistic people do, and also for the vendors to have a little bit of an outlet before we physically can meet in person again. And I've been using the term physically distancing, not social distancing, because I think we need to be socially connected. And if you haven't read it yet, I did a really nice article for the Natural Awakenings this month's, the May issue, which is the directory issue in Hartford, on the whole concept of social distancing versus physical distancing. And I think it's super important. I think, the wording was important because it was a very confusing time, especially in the beginning when this started. So I'm looking forward to people being able to connect with some fabulous vendors and exhibitors that I've had at my fairs for many, many times over. And the first one that we're going to work with is going to be Timothy. And I'm going to have him introduce himself, as well as, I don't know if you guys know, you can move your gallery views around and be just one person if you choose to, and you're welcome to do that. And we are recording live. And this will go up on my YouTube channel. It's just my name, Shirley Bloth. So if anybody's interested in seeing it again later or sharing with somebody, they can actually share the link then. So if you wanted someone to see your thing, your presentation, you can actually share this link. So that'll be live, and I'll put links on my website as well. So our first person up is Tim Stefanowski, up in East Windsor, Connecticut, and he's one of my very popular vendors as well at the expo. He actually has 2 booths and always has a nice spot there, and it's very well done. So I'd like you all to welcome Tim. And Tim, why don't you take it away and tell us a little bit about your very cool business that you do.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Timothy Stefanowski. I am known to many people as the Opal Guy. I've been working with opals from all over the world for over 20 years now. It started out as a way of getting my mother some really nice gifts. I did some academic research, and during my time in college, I managed to gain a jewelry apprenticeship. So what I did was learn to make jewelry, to cut and polish stones, to do stone identification. And since then, I've amassed quite a collection, as anybody who's seen me at the shows can vouch for. I did kind of condense it. This is probably the smallest display of my collection that I'll be sharing in probably the last 4 or 5 years. So let me just grab the camera and I'll give everybody a little bit of a walkthrough as I flip the camera around here. We'll start out on this end, and we do have a variety of different kinds of stones. I've got jaspers and agates, jade, rhodochrosite. Some of the stones are a little tough to see because of the lighting in here. But one of the things that you'll see as I go through is that I do have a combination of not only rough stones, but polished pieces. I do have some fossils. Here's one of our newer megalodon teeth, probably about 5 to 10 million years old, just a few weeks older than me. Usually get a little bit of a giggle out of that one.
Sure, your mother loves to hear that.
We do have a lot of other different types of stones, and they go through from amethyst to alexandrite, and we have golden topaz from Brazil, tourmaline. We also have one of our more popular sections, what I call the zoo, which is a group of small animal carvings. We've got dogs and cats and lions and tigers and bears, oh my. What we typically will do with them is we'll wire wrap them, like the horse and the little wombat that you see here, and we put them on a black cotton rope, and we are able to sell those animals for about $10 a piece. Now we do have some other rough pieces. This is actually a rosary that I make. This one I did not only all the beadwork, but I also handmade the crucifix.
Nice.
So in the days when I can get my soldering workshop back in order, I'll be diving more into things like that. I also do a lot of custom work with these bracelets, and I've got about 45 different stones for people to choose from. And those vary in price based on the stones that we choose. We do have some of the ruby, and these are both a ruby and a star sapphire right here. Lighting on those is really tricky to show the star. Here's some of the alexandrite. Got a few small pieces. I have one that's already set on a chain. It's a round, it's about 5 millimeter on a sterling silver chain. And now we'll get into the namesake of the business, my opal collection. So we'll start out with a rough piece from Brazil. Move over here so you can see a little bit of the color. Kind of tricky. There's some of the blues and the greens. Opal is a very tricky stone to capture in a photograph. But when you get them live,
you can't see the brilliance of the colors that come out from it, right?
Yeah, that's really the trick, because the light that comes into the stone and into the camera can kind of offset a lot of the time. Like this one, you can see some of the color as I move it around.
Yeah.
But we do have opal. The first batch that I showed here, this one is actually from Brazil. Get the focus on it to show some of the color.
It's almost like it's luminescent, right? Isn't that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and one of the techniques that the miners will use when they're out in the field is actually ultraviolet light to try and find opal in the walls of the mines.
Oh, wow.
So in Australia, that is one of the techniques that they use. Now, we do have opal from Brazil, from Australia. We do have some from Ethiopia. A few of those pieces here.
So is opal around the world in lots of locations then? Not
Yes,
just
it is.
one area?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And let me just flip back around so I can do a little chat here. Opal has actually been found on every continent except Antarctica. And in addition to that, there's also been opal found on Mars.
Oh,
One of the rovers about, I think it was 6 to 8 months ago, found opal on the surface of Mars.
Interesting.
So
Very.
one of the things that I often do at the shows is I do a demonstration of my wire wrapping, because part of the reason that I leave so many of the stones unset is so that people can actually see what it is I'm doing. And just before the call this morning, I actually got a request for a small cross pendant. So what I'm doing as I speak to everybody is I'm actually beginning the wire wrapping process, which, as you'll see, I can do while I'm talking, and also doesn't really take me that long.
You can custom wrap anything that somebody wants.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's a very small amount of limit if it's a stone that's just too smooth for the wire to grip.
Yeah.
Something along those lines, but that's usually pretty rare that I can't find some way to do it. I will say that spheres are not generally the easiest thing in the world to do. But generally speaking, you know, tumbled stones can be a little tricky sometimes. Most of the time, rough pieces are actually among the easiest because you can grab the wire around different edges of the stone and natural features that you'd want to show off anyway. And it allows the wire to lock it into place a lot better.
Yeah.
My primary philosophy with the wire is to put just enough wire around the stone, whatever it is, so that you have enough wire to keep the stone in place, but not so much that you're losing the beauty of the stone.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much been my philosophy on it for the last 20 plus years that I've been working.
So when you do wire wrapping for somebody, in particular the opals, I always seem to think that they're very oval or very round. Is that a misnomer?
It's a common way to cut them because
okay.
the stone itself is hydrated silicon dioxide. So it's basically, I often describe it as Mother Nature taking a piece of quartz and a turkey baster and putting water into the quartz at a molecular level. What that then does, and here we go, here's the final product, all ready to go on a adjustable black rope.
Oh, nice.
A piece like that will go for about $10. And that, for reference, is, here's a quarter. I don't know how well you can see the.
mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good size.
But here's the quarter, here's the cross.
Mm-hmm.
For size reference.
Nice.
The stone itself, because it doesn't really, opals don't really like sharp edges because of the fact that it's not crystalline silica the way a natural quartz crystal would be. It's amorphic silica. So it forms in globs and more organic shapes. So going with an oval when you cut it, or even a round piece, is typically better for the stone from a durability standpoint.
Oh, okay. So they're actually cut that way then?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In nature, they'll form, in certain cases, they'll form in nodules. And I need to have one of the full nodules at the moment. But it does actually do replacement of fossils. This is actually a small clamshell that turned into opal over a few million years. In Australia, when I was there in 2008, there's a museum in downtown Sydney called the National Opal Collection. And they actually have a pliosaur, which is what some of the scientists have thought the Loch Ness Monster was. And they have an entire fossil that turned to opal. Probably, I think the percentage was about 65% of the bones in the animal turned to opal.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Yeah. In Nevada, amazing. There's a huge percentage of wood fossils that became opalized. Mm-hmm. And in Australia, the most common one is the squid. They do find some of the clamshells as well, but the squids, or the belemnites they call them, are a very common and highly prized form of opalized fossil.
Nice. Awesome. That's really interesting stuff about opals
Thank
in
you.
particular. I mean, I hear a lot about stones in general. So, you know, that's actually one of the more popular things that people come to holistic events for, is some of these crystals and stones, and a lot of the rough ones, but also some of the polished ones. And I think you know, that's why your display is quite impressive usually at the expo.
Thank you.
Well, and Tim will be at the expo on August 23rd, which is a Sunday, at the Bristol Doubletree. He has a double booth. When you come in, it'll be on your far left-hand portion of the room when you come into the main ballroom. And that's where that's your designated location now.
It works for me. Thank you.
We're giving him a designated location every time, so it's easy to find him. And it's great because, you know, you have such a great display on there. How can people reach you?
Okay, so I have my actual show sign. So let me just flip the camera around
it over.
so people can see it. So we do have the email down here. It's Lothamar Opal. So it's LOTHEMAR opals @gmail.com. And that comes right to my phone, so that works. And the phone number that's here is actually the business line, and has been for the last 15 years or so. It's 908-380-6709. And again, that's the phone that I have on me all the time. And feel free to call or text. I can certainly do video chat and things like that. And this picture that you see here is one of our stones. This is the flagship of our collection, our opal koala bear.
Oh, how cute. I don't think I ever saw it up close like that. That's nice.
Yeah, that's the big blown up version on the sign. So it shows you a lot of the detail. It's a really nice picture.
That's awesome.
So I don't want to eat into too much of the time for the other vendors. I think we're about up.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I guess that would be the best way to get in touch with me. Like I said, either email or via the phone.
Okay.
I have a question. So you have a vast amount of knowledge on all the stones. Did you just acquire this over time?
Well, the opals I actually made a point of studying academically throughout the course of my years. When I was a child, I probably started studying opal when I was about maybe...
Uh-oh, you froze. Oh, no.
Oh, you froze up, Tim.
Yeah, you froze. Tim is frozen.
He might not be able to hear us.
I don't think he knows that yet.
Let's see. Oops.
I was just going to say, okay, thanks. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I lost my picture.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I'll chat him. Oh, I guess he recognized it. He'll probably be back. Okay. We'll continue on. Yo, the joys of technology.
Or not.
Yeah.
There you go, Joan.
I know. I did the chat and then I lost everything.
Well, I'm sure he'll come back. So let's move on to the next person. Actually, I think I'm going to jump ahead. Joan, are you ready?
I am.
Yes. Why don't we go with Joan?
Okay. All right.
Lauren is our next presenter and has been a very active participant in the holistic events as well. I think you've been to quite a few now. And looking forward to seeing you in person again as well.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I know, exactly. So take it away, Joan. Let's hear all about your product line.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shirley. And thank you for putting this together. I'm really excited and happy to be here and nice to see people.
I know.
So,
let me just, Tim's coming back on. Let me just let him know that.
oh, of course.
Sorry about
We'll
that.
jump back in. Hey, Tim,
Yeah, I'm here.
you froze up, so we didn't get to hear your answer.
Okay, so the short
Let me
answer.
finish that, and then we'll go to the next person. Okay.
That's fine. The short answer and how I acquired the knowledge is through years of study, both through academic means on my own, and I have done some apprenticeships in a few different places to gain the knowledge.
Very nice. Very nice.
You should do speaking at libraries or someplace.
I have done
Yeah.
from time to time. I've done talks in schools and things like that.
Nice. Yeah, it's fascinating, right? So, all right, and we're moving on next to Joan Morin, and Joan is taking it away with her product line.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much, Tim. Hang in there. We'll introduce everybody at the end again, too.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I am a health and wellness coach, and I love this field. I've actually started this years ago with my own family, and I help people to regain their quality of life. It gives me a lot of gratification, a lot for helping people. I am also a nutrimetrics consultant, and what I do there is I work with doctors and I help them customize solutions to help their patients. And also, I am a TLS coach, and that stands for Transition Lifestyle Systems, which is in our weight management program. And that's also another area that I work heavily in. And it's unlike any other diet. We don't consider it a diet, if you will. It is a proven science-based system and educational system. And I'll talk about that another time because that's a whole big area in itself. But what I'd like to do is focus on, I'm not sure how many products I'll be able to, but I have a few of my favorites here. And the first one that I wanted to talk about was, if you can see this, it's called OPC3, and that's the short name. The long name is, it stands for oligomeric proanthocyanidins. It's a very long, fancy name that stands for, it's a plant-based compound, plant-based compounds. And before I go actually into the benefits and the ingredients, I just wanted to share with you, you can't really hear it, but it's a powder. Okay, this is a powder. It's unlike any other different vitamins or supplements that are out there. And the way that this works is that, and I'm going to explain our delivery system for this product. This small cap here, you can see it, it's a white cap. And what you do is you're going to take that and you're going to pour it into a cup with 2 ounces of water. Okay, so for each cap is 2 ounces of water. You're going to pour it right up to the line here. Stir it up, and you're going to take it on an empty stomach. It works best on an empty stomach because it's going to get into your system within 5 minutes. That makes it isotonic. So it passes through your digestive tract into the small intestine, which is 75% of where our immune system is. And so this is a very powerful antioxidant. The ingredients that we have in here, it's citrus bioflavonoids. We have red wine extract, bilberry extract, and very excited about this last ingredient because it's called pycnogenol. And you may have heard about studies with this. It's a very powerful antioxidant, and it's a pine bark from the maritime pine tree, which is grown off the coast of southwest France. This ingredient, it's the most studied ingredient. There's over 400 clinical studies on this ingredient. I don't know if his name escapes me, but there was a Bahama doctor, and he was talking about this ingredient and how powerful, especially in today's world, how powerful it is for the immune system. I don't know if you heard about that. And so this product here, it's very versatile. I say anybody who is breathing should be taking this. We also have a children's formula, and my grandson is also taking this. So it's good for allergies, cardiovascular, blood circulation, respiratory, joints, anti-inflammatory. It's amazing. I actually, short testimonial, I had to have some, about 2 years ago, I had to have a fairly extensive bunionectomy. And not to be too graphic, but you know how they shave down the bone. And then on my second toe there, they had to actually break it and make it a little bit shorter. And it was a, 3-month period, recovery period. However, I don't like to take medicines and things like that. And they gave me a very powerful, strong medicine. I can't remember the name of it. I probably didn't want to remember the name of it, but
That's right.
But I was, I had pain, and there was one time where I said, I got to do something here. So I actually took 4 caps of this at once at night. And when I woke up the next morning, my pain was gone. Like I said, it does work that fast because this is the closest thing to IV therapy. So because it's mixed with the water, it gets in your system that much faster. And also my only son, my youngest son, had allergies very bad. And we tried many, many natural things. But when he started to take this, and he would be to the point where he'd wake up in the morning and his eyes were closed. He couldn't open his eyes. But when he took this, within 2 weeks, he was stabilized. And he went on a heavier dose. You can't really overdose on this. But he did go on a heavier dose with this. And he did have remarkable results with it. So this is one of my very favorites. And I also forgot to mention too, it's also very good for cholesterol also. My next favorite that I want to talk about, I guess I still have some time here, is Immune. And this name here, again, it's isotonic, so it works the same way. Again, we have a children's formula for this also. This product, it's basically just like the name says. It's very good for your immune system. And what happens is there's a product in here which is called Wellmune. When that Wellmune gets ingested into your system, it goes to the immune cells. Those immune cells go into your gastrointestinal tract. It transports it to the rest of your body. When it goes through your body, it then breaks it down into these specific receptors. And those receptors bind onto neutrophils. Now, a neutrophil is a white blood cell, as some of you may know, which is the most abundant cell in our body. Takes up 40 to 60% of the cells in our body. And we need those to function for our immune system. Excuse me. And another short testimonial that I want to tell you how powerful really this product is. My youngest daughter, unfortunately, came down with, about 4 years ago, came down with acute myeloid leukemia. And when they went to test her, she had not 0%, but 0 white blood cells in her body. You cannot function without white blood cells. And unfortunately, she was traveling into a foreign country and she picked up some kind of a virus or something. So she ended up, it's a happy ending. She ended up having a stem cell transplant. And my son that I was telling you about, my only son, ended up being her donor. So what happened was she got a complete new immune system. Took the old one out, they put the new one in. And it was funny. My husband said, well, he said, he's my jokester. And he said, well, can she drive a truck now? She cannot drive a truck. But she did get some of his allergies, which she wasn't too happy about.
Oh, no.
You have to take the good with the bad.
Right.
Very good point.
Yeah.
So this, like I said, this product, those 2 products are part of my everyday regime. And what happens is, another short testimony. This is a nice one. Well, they're all nice, but my 92-year-old mother, she has some asthma, some respiratory situations. And she was feeling a little off one day. So she was taking one cap. And I said to her, I said, Ma, I said, you can take a little bit more. I said, why don't you double your dose? So she doubled her dose. And, our families are hardest people.
Oh, yeah.
She called me, you know how that goes. And she called me up one day and she said, Joan, she said, I believe in your products. And I was like, amen.
Yeah.
She was it made me so happy that it had really helped her. So those are, like I said, a couple of my favorite products. Do I have a little bit more time, Shirley?
Yep. You got about 4 or 5 more minutes. We're good.
Okay.
Yep.
So the next product it's not isotonic, but it's our aloe juice. And this comes in many different flavors. It comes in strawberry, kiwi, pomegranate, cran apple, and plain. And this is very good for digestion, for the gut. As you know, everything starts in the gut. Any kind of ailment that we have, it's always in the gut. We have to get the gut healthy. Again, this is part of my regime. I use this if you have a sore throat. You can take this and you can gargle with it, and then I swallow it. And what makes this so effective also is we've taken the freeze-dried aloe and injected it into the regular aloe. So it makes this very potent. And I'm trying to think what else. It's just overall good for the immune system.
Well, aloe is very good in so many different ways. I think it's one of those very versatile types of, I should say, ingredients that a lot of products have, as well as I think people are using it, obviously topically as well as internally. I think that's one of the nice benefits of aloe, that it's such a versatile plant.
Right, absolutely. And as we know,
it expresses a lot of things, Yeah.
It started way back too. In fact, I have an aloe plant in my house, and my father-in-law used to break it and to put it on your skin.
Oh yeah,
helps with your skin.
Yep, we've had one in our house for a long time.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's pretty an old school common remedy, right?
Absolutely.
And you have, and right now you can't even find it. That's the other thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Try to find it, because I know people were using, making their own recipes for sanitizers and stuff, and aloe is a prime ingredient that you would need for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually did a recent post a little bit back about sanitizing type of things, and if you can't find rubbing alcohol, you can use grain alcohol, which they do sell in the liquor stores, because that has the potency that you're looking for.
Yeah, I heard that.
I actually have my my recipe for it. It's way back in March on my Facebook page, but I made a batch and did some hand sanitizing wipes and everything, and they're great, because I just use paper towels and cut them in quarters and then soaked them in it, and then I use some essential oils in there, so it has a nice smell. And but because I couldn't use because you can't get the aloe, I had to use other, had to use the essential oils instead, which was fine. So it's not the same exact ingredient that maybe a different sanitizer might use, but it has the same potency without being harsh. So I love aloe for a lot of reasons.
Very nice. I have to look up your recipe.
Yeah, I may have it somewhere. It's actually pretty simple stuff, The grain alcohol is actually the nice thing that's easy to get now, because I know the other day my daughter just moved into back into her home, and somebody had fallen and scraped, and not that you would use the rubbing alcohol. Well, yeah, you could use the rubbing alcohol for that too, but there's a couple things she wanted to make sure she got. And that was one of them I couldn't find. The stores don't have them. Like, I was at a store for her, and I was like, I can't find it anywhere. I think they're out. So the joys of this time and dates. But aloe is a wonderful product, and sounds like you got some very potent product line there. What's the name of the company again?
So the name of our company is Isotonics. And I just wanted to mention, anyone interested in these products or would like to chat more with me, I'll put it in the chat also. But my website is us.wellnessdifference.com/my name, Joan L. Morin.
Okay.
I
You want people to call you as well? Do you want to give out a phone number?
Yes, please. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
602-250-4402.
Okay. And do you have an email address that people can use?
I do. It's Joan, Joan, at, again, my name, joanmorin.com. Very simple.
That's pretty simple. Okay, we can get that done, right? Well,
Great
thank
job,
you, Joan. Thank you. And Joan is a regular attendee, and you will be at the July 19th VFW fair, correct?
I will, absolutely.
With a booth, and she'll have obviously those products she talked about today, as well as many, many more, depending on what your ailment or your physical needs might be to address you yourself. You know, these are all there's just some wonderful products that companies make nowadays, and I think this is one of a quality one as well. So I thank you for being part of today's shopping show.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. So far we have Tim with our opals and Joan with isotonics. Is that, did I say it right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now we're going to move on to Marie. Marie, can you unmute yourself?
I'm unmuted.
You're unmuted. So Marie's going to tell us a little bit about her product line. Marie has been a good friend of mine for a long time, and also I think we originally met as one of my vendors. So that's where we started. It was, and that's what seems to have been happening over the last 25 years is I've had lots of vendors that have become very close friends of mine, as well as some of the ones that are right here on the screen today.
Exactly.
So I'm happy that you guys are all part of this as well. I feel like I'm having a little home meeting here.
Thank you.
So Marie, go ahead and tell us a little bit about, I think you're going to do your trees today, right?
Yes. Yep. I'm going to do my trees today. All right. Thank you very much. My name is Marie Olympia Grillo, and I do a lot of different things. I'm basically an energy healer, but 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, I think, a friend of mine came down with cancer. So I had been introduced to healing gemstones and wanted to make something for her. So I looked it up, what's good for chemo and cancer, and they told me. I went out and bought the beads. I made her something, and while I was making them, sidebar, I've been working with angels angels have been working with me about 30 years.
Let's get the criteria right.
Yeah. They've been using me for about 30 years, and so while I was sitting down, making this necklace, Spirit told me, Marie, this is another thing that you could use as a tool in your toolbox. So I started making gemstone bracelets with different recipes that Spirit and I had put together to help people. And it was all very simple bracelet forms. I mean, nothing fancy, just something that would help. One day I had a customer who said, well, I'd love to get one of these for my son. He has ADD, but I know he'll never wear a bracelet. Is there something else you can do? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll connect with the committee and see what we can do. So I sat down and I thought to myself, well, what about, I'd seen gemstone trees. I said, what about a gemstone tree? I'm talking to myself, by the way. And so
which does a lot.
Yeah, I do a lot. Me and my invisible friend. So anyway, I made a tree of the stones that are good for ADD focus, grounding and focus. And I used carnelian and tiger's eye. And I made a tree. And I gave it to her, and she gave it to him as a gift, put it next to his computer. And he used to be this just shows the power of stones. He used to be like a, 5 to 10 minute jumper, if people who have ADD know what that is. And so she put it on, and I talked to her about a month later, and she said after 3 weeks of using it, he became a 25-minute jumper. And now that's normal because concentration in the human mind, it goes about 20, 25 minutes before your mind distracts yourself. And I don't know why, but that's what it is. Maximum is 45 minutes. So for him to go from 10 minutes to 25 minutes was amazing for him. Excuse me. Okay, so then I said, okay, well, this is something another tool I can put in my toolbox, because I also was making angel pendants and tree of light pendants at the time. So I started making my trees, and this is one of them. I'll show you all of them in a little while, but this is one of them. This is rose quartz. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Everybody see it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and this is the amethyst one.
Amethyst, yeah.
Okay. So, and I'll shine on the other one as soon as I finish what I'm saying. I'll put it about all of them. I only have 9 made today.
How much do you sell a tree for, give or take?
Okay.
What's the variety in price?
Yeah. Well, what I did was I used to do it by stone, but then I said, forget it. It was too complicated.
Yeah.
And so I sell them all for, like, let's say $40. Okay. And what I'm doing now is giving 20% off, so they'd be 32
Okay.
for Mother's Day and whatnot. And I discovered these long stones, which is a little bit different than chips, and I started making them with the long stones, which makes them a little different. I also plant them, literally plant them in pots that I get at Goodwill and tag sales, and so they're all repurposed, the pots. And I literally put rocks in there, and then try to make them somewhat aesthetically nice. Doesn't always work, but it's all right. Now people have different views of stones and how they work. Some people say, oh, like a broken stone doesn't work, or if you polish it, it doesn't work. But what the stones have told me is that we do our job whether you believe we do or not.
I think Tim's nodding. He's like, yeah, that's true.
Okay. Right there with you on that one.
Right. So it doesn't bother, you got holes in a stone, you got a rough stone, you got a broken stone. It doesn't matter. They don't follow human rules as it should be. So I said, look, I started making these. They're very popular, especially around Mother's Day, Christmas, and I have one customer who has 6 of these in every room of his house. He's just in love with them. And what they do is, because the stones go in different directions, they put their energy out throughout a whole area. You put them near your bed, it'll more concentrate, when you go to sleep. But a big seller that I have is the sodalite ones, which I tell people put on your kitchen table because it promotes conversation and affects the throat chakra. What I do is, with all the stones, I have a little card like this. I don't know if you can see it, where I put some of the attributes of the stones, just the simple ones like rose quartz promotes peace and love of self and others, helps reduce stress and anxiety, alleviates grief, and helps alleviate headaches. And I give them, when someone buys a tree, they get the card to give. It's usually as a gift. And in the back, I put my information. So people love them. I've had good luck with them. I'm going to turn this around, see if I can position it so you can see it. I don't have a regular camera.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, where are they?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yep, we can see them now.
Okay, hold on a second.
A lot of them.
Can you see this one? My hand? Can you see this?
Nope.
Okay.
Hold on. No, I don't see anything you're touching, so I just see the ones that are sitting on the table.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yes.
Can you see this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got the whole range is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. Great.
I only have 9 made right now.
Yeah.
There's the amethyst, rose quartz, green aventurine, tourmalated quartz. In the back, I have labradorite and can't remember the name of the stone. Oh, Botswana agate. I have a couple of sunstone ones, which are really nice. This is a sunstone one, which I like that pot. And
Oh, that's cute.
yeah, and sunstone is does a lot of different things. You know, it aids in leadership and encourages independence, but it also restores enjoyment of life, helps with good nature, provides a sense of abundance, helps lift depression and seasonal affective disorders. So I think at this time,
That's probably, you should be making about 100,000 of those.
exactly. Okay? You know, really, all right. I don't have a lot of them right now, but what I try to do, because most people do buy them as gifts, is I'm really big into using stones that ward off electromagnetic pollution.
Uh-huh.
So people can put them next to their computers. Like
Nice.
at Father's Day, I'll make more darker stone ones. You know, like maybe this red one. This is a jasper. This is azurite. Something dark that a man would put on his desk.
Yeah.
And you know, people that buy them, they love them. They say they're unique, which they are. They're different, and they make people happy. I mean, I just, you know, that's how I see them. Besides the giving off the vibration of the healing energies of the stone.
Right.
And you know, one stone does many things. But when I'm making them, I set the intention for what I'm feeling or what my intention is for making it. And then I tell people, you know, you can go to my website or any website that talks about what the stones do, and you can set your intention, you know.
Customize it. Right.
Yep.
That they can, yeah, they can do it themselves if they want to, you know. And then I teach them to energize them or re-energize them in the moonlight.
Yeah, we had a full moon a couple days ago, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, what's
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
What's today? The 8th?
Today is the 9th.
Oh, yeah. So we still might have it because they said for 3 days, and I don't know, maybe it was on either side. The
Right.
7th. The 7th was the actual day. So
Oh, okay.
it's still good enough, you know,
Yep.
right now
Yeah.
to
Re-energize it. Yeah.
recharge the stones.
Yep.
And then when I have them on display at a show, I put pieces of selenite around them that cleans them. And so when someone gets them, they're all, you know, ready to go to help whoever needs the help.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there some way for people to reach out to you at this time
Yes.
to buy something from you?
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't ship them
Oh, they're
because
too heavy.
yeah, because this is rocks. I tried to ship them, and it cost almost as much to ship it as it does to buy it. So
Yeah.
I only sell local.
Yeah. Pick up and delivery only.
Yeah. Can you see this? Hold on.
Yeah.
Can you see my card?
Yep.
All right. That's my information.
Say it also because it's going to stay in the recording.
Right. Olympia Co-Creations, which I can be found on Facebook under Olympia Co-Creations. And the phone number is 860.
Lift it up a little. Okay. And over to, okay, there you go. Perfect. Olympia Co-Creations on Facebook and 860-989-6708, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I also have a website, olympiacreations.com, but the trees aren't on there because people go on there and I ship things, but I can't ship these.
Right.
But you'd see my other bracelets and my pendants, which I'm kind of low right now, but I'm in the process of updating.
Got to make some more while you're sitting there, huh?
I know. I've been trying to, yeah. I've been
And
trying to work.
Marie is located in West Hartford if anybody's interested in picking up something.
Right, very easy.
Not
very,
far from Bishop's Corner.
at Bishop's Corner, and very easy. You know, pull up, run out, hand it to you with my mask on. I spray the bag for you. No, it's like, no plastic, and that's about it. And this is just a sample of these that I make.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Okay.
those.
Yeah,
Very pretty.
and
What
the
are
ones-
those? What are those priced out at?
These are only 15,
15. Okay.
and they come with a you know, cotton cord for people to
Yep.
wear.
So if you jump on it, guys, you can have this for Mother's Day.
That's right.
Mhm.
And when I make, this is my
Can't believe it's Mother's Day tomorrow already. Oh yeah, that's pretty.
yeah, that's mine. I made a funky one.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. So thank you very much for having me. And
Well, we're
No,
glad you were able to get on and you
Yep.
finally got the internet working.
yeah, I'm getting ready to go on and I lose my internet, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know, they keep me on my toes. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
But everybody stay safe out there, okay?
Thank you so
'Cause,
much.
We're gonna get through this.
Yeah, absolutely. We are getting through it day at a
Thanks,
time, right?
Thanks,
Everything
Shirley.
day at a time. So I'm going to wrap this up with giving everybody the opportunity to, again, say who they are, their email address, their phone number, and their website. So we'll start back with Tim.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tim,
Well,
if you
I
want to unmute yourself and give everybody the information about your opals and other stones.
Okay. One last time, my name's Tim Stefanowski. I am also known as the Opal Guy. And I'll flip the camera around so we can get the contact information again. So here we go. Widen the screen out. So the easiest way to get me is either the email, which is the business name, Lothamar Opals. It's LOTHEMAROPALS @gmail.com. And the number is 908-380-6709. We are on Facebook under Lothamar Opals, and we're also on Etsy. And our original website, which is more of an archive than anything, is lothamar.esmartbiz.com.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to participate, and I wish everybody all the best.
Thank you so much. And next we'll go off to Joan.
Joan Morin, Morin. My website is uss.wellnessdifference.com/Joan L. Morin, M as in Mary, ORIN as in Nancy. My email is joan@joanmorin.com. And my phone number is 860-250-4402. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you repeat your phone number again? Because it's froze just for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
860-250-4402.
Okay, just want to make sure it's visible or audible and clear. Thank you. And then Marie, give your information one more time.
Okay. One thing I forgot to say is that all these stones and everything, I infuse them with healing energy after they're done. I bring, you know, it's angelic energy mostly, but still healing energy. So I just want to let you know that.
Thank you.
My name is Maria Olympia. It's Olympia, OLYMPIA, Co-Creations on Facebook. My phone number is 860-989-6708. I also have many other different kinds of stones than I have shown here. So if somebody is looking for something specific, if somebody has a specific issue that you want to help them with, if you call me, I can work it out. We can figure out what's best for them.
Good. I think you can do custom things like Tim can. Tim talked about
Yeah.
being able to do something custom for somebody.
Right, and
That's wonderful. I appreciate that.
and I'm a medical intuitive, so I can also zoom into their energy and see what might help them best with their condition.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank
So do any of you folks who are, you can unmute yourself if you'd like, anyone who is listening, Do you have any questions for any of the people who presented today? And you're welcome to either put your name up or just go ahead and speak.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily.
And, I'm also affiliated with Joan, but I take our aloe is 150% aloe concentrated, so I do put in my sanitizer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's another way of also putting in your sanitizer. Okay.
That's excellent information. Good. Now we know where to get some. For people that are making their own. I was surprised at how simple it was, actually.
Yeah.
I found it on somebody else's post, and I had to reconfigure with the rubbing alcohol to the grain alcohol, which is the same mix. But other than that, for people that couldn't find the rubbing alcohol at the time, you know.
Yeah, I just found 2 bottles the other day at Walgreens.
Did you? Oh, good. Yeah, I guess, you know, it's starting to come in, but it was this was back in the middle of March. And
They were putting them out, and they were on the cart. They weren't even on the shelf.
Yeah,
I could have them. I didn't care.
I know, right? Right. Does anyone else have any questions for anybody who's here?
You guys are great.
Thank you.
Great information. Yeah.
Yeah, very good information. So we don't want to dismiss
Not the-
anyone before the time comes. So we're getting close to that moment when it's all over here at the moment. I'm going to be doing this again next Saturday at 9:30 to 10:30 I'm going to have 4 vendors next week. And also a lot of the people who are affiliated with my vendor fairs and the expo are also part of the Holistic Community Professionals, which you can find us online. You can find all their details online at holisticcommunityprofessionals.org. So Tim is a member. Joan, are you a member?
No, but I am. That's one thing I was trying to get.
I actually just renewed mine yesterday.
Well, you know what? I just got the email just now while we were talking. Like, Tim just automatically renewed his membership just now. That's pretty funny.
I finally renewed mine.
Yeah, and Marie is a founding member, actually. She came from the very beginning, as is Erlene, who's one of our guests here, and Therese, who's also here kind of live. I can't see your face, Therese. But Therese will be one of our guests on the shopping show next week, right, Therese?
Cool.
I think, is that next week? I'm not sure what the dates are.
Is it next week? Whenever it is, it's good.
I think it's next week you're on. Anyways, so yes, she'll be on as well. And so, you know, different people are going to be on each week. We'll have a nice variety, just like I do at every event that I do. It'll be a smattering of different modalities and different product lines for each one of these. So I'm hoping to, you know, allow people to stay in touch with us virtually when they can't see us physically. But we'll see you all on July 19th. I'm really excited about that date.
God willing, I'll be there July and August.
And August, and then August 23rd for the big show at the Bristol Doubletree. So looking forward to all of that for everybody who's going to be participating again. So I want to thank all of our participants as well as our vendors and exhibitors for participating today. And I hope you guys have a spectacular day. Get out there and take a nice walk in this windy day. We got a beautiful day out there, at least.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Hi, Arlene.
Bye.
All right.
Maybe I'll see you at the park sometime.
Yeah, you know what? It might just happen, right?
That's right.
At least we know what each other
Put
look
the
like.
energy out.
I don't wear my mask, so you'll see.
I don't wear mine either, so.
I don't wear it when I walk, but if I approach you, I'll put it on.
Yeah, I have a bandana now. I look like a bank robber. So.
I know it. That's the thing. I thought to myself, you know, some places they used to have signs, no masks, no.
Yeah, right.
You know, what the hell are you supposed to do now? Everybody walks in looks like a criminal.
I walked in the bank with a bank robber mask on.
Exactly.
That's cute.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a spectacular day, and I'll talk to you all soon and see you virtually and then again live.
Yeah.
All right.
God
Take
bless.
care.
Have a
Thanks,
good day.
Shirley.
Everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for joining Shirley Shopping Show.
Thank you.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.